Arietta, if you move around, your wounds will reopen.
You killed him! Annis, you killed Ion!
Please, wait. It's only because Mose has taken us hostage.
Papa, be quiet. Yeah, I did. Want to make something of it, Gloomietta?
Ion helped me so much. This is beyond avenging Mommy, Annis. I'll avenge Ion, too. Annis, I challenge you to a duel.
Accepted.
Annis!
I have to finally settle things with her.
I'll send someone to tell you the time and place later. And I'll never forgive you if you run away.
Annis, a duel? This is foolishness. Can't you talk about this? I'm sure Arietta would understand.
Mama, be quiet.
But Annis!
Shut...
Wait!
Let's split up and look for her.
Yeah.
So... Ion's gone. You'll have to excuse me. I'll leave searching for Annis to the rest of you. Sometimes people want to be alone. I'd like to leave her to herself, personally. And besides, there's something I'm more worried about than Annis. Yulia may, in fact, have truly read a score of destruction. If that's so, then what Van is doing may actually make a certain amount of sense. Thinking of Annis. Annis, where'd she go? I think I know how she feels. She's being crushed by the weight of what she's done. She's blaming herself for everything. If we leave her alone, it'll destroy her. We've got to go find her. Well, if Annis is to blame, then so am I. Ion may have agreed to read the planet score as Mose ordered him to, in order to clear the miasma from my body. No, wait, this is not where I wanted to check. I want to actually check Ion's room. I mean, to be fair, if I saw my friend just die, that's where I would go. 4 outer phonic glyphs can now be used as well, but they are all one way, so be careful. So, Annis, are you in here? When Sync passed away, Ion cried. I think Ion really didn't want to die, and Annis probably knows that. I feel sorry for her. She had to choose between her parents and Ion. So she wasn't in there. I don't know, outside, maybe? Where else would she go? Yes, can't have gone that far. Let's search the church. Then... You'd better cheer Annis up once we find her. I can't do it. I've gotten a lot better, but because of my little phobia, Annis will wind up worrying about me instead of herself. I mean, that's a pretty smart statement there. Very self-aware. Annis?
So, you were out here.
Look, everyone's worried about you. Oliver and Pamela, too.
Don't talk to me about them.
Come on, Anis, you couldn't have done anything differently. He was holding your parents hostage.
I was lying to Ion from the very start. Mose ordered me to report everything Ion did. Trying to stop the war, spending time with you guys.
Anis, that's all.
Listen! The attack on the Tartarus, the ambushes by the 6 god generals, it's all my fault!
Wasn't that all because you were worried for your parents?
Papa's pretty gullible, right? When I was really little, he got scammed for a ton of money and got deep into debt. Mose bailed him out. Since then, my parents have worked for the cathedral without pay. I couldn't disobey his orders.
I know.
I hated it all along. Ion was so trusting. It really hurt to have to lie.
Yeah.
But I loved Mama and Papa.
Anis, you did the right thing.
It wasn't right. It wasn't right at all. I killed Ion! Poor
Anis, here, take this. I picked it up in Mount Zalejo. It's a fragment of the phone stone from the score Ion read.
Ion's phone stone.
Obtained Ion's phone
What are
stone.
you going to do now? Do you want to stay in Doth?
No, I'm going with you. I think that Ion would have wanted to help you if he had lived.
Thanks. Let's head back and see everyone then.
It appears you've calmed down a bit.
Yes, Colonel. I'd like to stay with you all and think about what I should do from here on.
Stay strong, Anis.
What should we do next? It would be hard to pursue the score further until the Order has been restructured. And we don't have the first clue about where to search for Ash.
I'd like to put Ion's final reading of the score to use.
You mean that bit about finding out how to clear away the miasma in Belkand?
You're right. Ion sacrificed everything to give us that clue.
I agree. That's all we have to go on at the moment.
That said, we will have to deal with this issue eventually. We stopped Van's vision of a world where the score can't be read. But it's not as if we fully support the score either.
Once things have settled down, we should hold a summit about what to do with the score.
Yes, you're right.
Regret. Ion, it's all my fault. I'm sorry. You'd only lived a few years. I should have died instead. Alright, so where are we going? Ion, why'd he go and read the planet score? Because Anis's parents were being held hostage? Or... He's quite intelligent. He knew we would try to rescue him, so he may have chosen his own death in order to remove the miasma from Tyr's body. If Tyr knew that, I think she knows. She looked depressed ever since we got back, just like Anis. Ion, why'd you go and throw your life away? You idiot! Luke, you're blaming the wrong person. It was Mose who forced Ion to make that choice. Yeah, Mose. You're gonna pay for this. So where are we going? I actually didn't get that part. Ion's legacy. So, we rejected the score, but now we have to rely on the score Ion read to us? Ion said to treat the score as one possibility out of many. We aren't being forced to obey it. He wants it to be used for the future of the world, Not as an unbreakable rule, but as a guide to making decisions. Ion's score is always accurate. Luke, are you saying you don't trust it? Or you don't want to trust it? No, I'm not. I know it's accurate. That's why I'm following it. But if this does succeed, you may be tempted to follow the score again in the future, right? How long can we go on saying just this once before it becomes a habit? So you're going to ignore Ion's score? Please, you can't do that. I won't. I'm just frustrated with this gap between ideals and reality. It's a very interesting concept. Trust it and end up following it, or don't trust it and reject what you've been given. Two different people. Did I just go back in the city? I did. Two different people. Arietta was truly fond of Ion, wasn't she? As was Anis, but the two of them were thinking of different Ions. Ion was a replica, after all. The Ion that Arietta liked is long gone. How sad that those misunderstandings have led to a duel. The same thing could easily have happened with Luke and Ash. Natalia and Tyr, huh? Yeah, it could have. I know it is my doing, but Famicry truly is an unethical technology. So where are we going? Real quick, I want to check the synopsis. We decided to head for Belkend. So let's head for Belkend. Where is Belkend? There it is. Let's go. I don't know why I land like that. You can actually land while you're way up in the air, but I just drop to the ground first.
Are you all right? Were we too late? Why has he...
He's the third one today.
What's going on?
We've had several unexplained deaths. It seems like people are dying right after hearing the Order of Lorelei read the score. It's not an injury. Even the healers can't cure it. Maybe it's a disease?
That's strange. Ion commanded the Order to stop public readings.
Well, they started back up just before this miasma stuff started appearing again. A traveling scorer arrived. I asked for a reading myself.
Do you know where that scorer is now?
I think he headed off towards Batical.
Oh, I was expecting that guy to just drop dead too.
Extracting the replica data through Famicry.
What makes you say that?
During our experiments, we observed that within a week of having their data extracted, some originals died or exhibited physical disorders. The conditions of that man's death closely resembled those of the test subjects that didn't survive.
If someone really is extracting replica data from people, we have to stop them. This world doesn't need any more cases of Ash and me.
Let's talk to Spinoza and then find that traveling score.
Alright, so Spinoza, replicas and their originals. So do people die once they've had their replica data extracted? In some cases, yes. Some originals die, but others don't. Like Ash, for example. Of course. Of course what? Never mind. In any case, we cannot allow them to continue creating replicas. For the sake of both original and replica. Yeah, I agree. For now, let's see what can be done about the miasma. Spinoza may be able to tell us something. Yeah, Ash and Lorelei are just a big question mark at the moment. Let's at least take care of the miasma. Indeed. Let's start with what we can handle. Yeah, that's the only thing we can do after all. Alright, Spinoza. I'm assuming... Where was he? I know he was in here, but where? God, I hate this building. And yet we come here so often. I want to say it was just like straight. All the way to the back. Spinoza is not in here.
There's nobody here.
Well, we knew that Van's team had already left this facility.
Nevertheless, Pharmacy of Living Things has been revived.
Yeah, we've seen that replicas are being mass-produced.
People have a weakness for forbidden things.
Curiosity proves too compelling a temptation. The researchers couldn't resist, even knowing that the technology would be misused.
And Van took advantage of those feelings.
Well, we can't do much about the past. The question is what to do from here on. We still have a mountain of problems ahead.
Yes. We'll have to resolve things one at a time.
Pharmacy. Replicas.
Luke, what did I just say? Regretting the past won't accomplish anything.
Yeah, I know, but
I want to feel like Luke understands something more. Like he's got something bigger in his head than just regret. In any case, let's move on. We're going to Batical again. I feel like we're just running in circles. But the miasma's back. The world is going dark because it's essentially in a giant cloud of poison. I don't know. I feel like they can solve multiple problems all at once. But Batical? Let's go. I wanna go backwards. There we go. See, I can just land straight from the air. Ooh. We were just here in the last episode, I think. And we could see the top of the tower, but now we can't. I don't really know where we're going. Apparently we're supposed to be here, I think. I don't know. Give me a second.
Oh, now it's you. Things have really gone from bad to worse here.
Have the core's vibrations gotten too intense for the Tartars to suppress?
Yes. At this rate, there will be nothing to prevent the Earth's liquefaction.
the miasma, the liquefaction, the Qliphoth is going back to the way it was.
And the passage rings have stopped working, so we can't form the dividing line anymore.
I guess we should start thinking of ways to actually destroy the miasma.
Precisely. How about using your hyperresonance, Luke?
But I thought hyperresonance couldn't destroy the miasma.
Hyperresonance can break down matter to an atomic level. I'm no specialist, but it's possible in theory.
Based on the hyper-resonance that destroyed Axariuth, they do seem to be quite powerful.
By the way, from your greeting, I assume we're not your first visitors today?
Ash came by to research the flow of 7th phonons since the land was lowered.
Ash? Ash was here?
Where did he go?
He was staring intently at the Sephiroth measurements we'd taken here.
That was the data from Mount Ronil.
Shall we take a look?
Yeah, we'll hit Batical after. For now, let's follow Ash.
Okay, so, yeah, I finally found where I was supposed to be. Looks like we're going for Mount Ronil after Ash. Here we were, planning to deal with Ash later, but he pops up. And it involves the score, so out come the God Generals and Moes, and we still don't know how to take care of the miasma. What are we supposed to deal with first? For once, I can't blame you for getting flustered. It's probably because they're all closely interlaced. What do you mean, Colonel? They're all strongly bound together. The miasma, the 7th phonon, the replicas, the score Lorelei. The score Lorelei. There's a comma in there. Ash is involved with every one of those. It's likely he holds the key. That is a guess, is it not? Wow, the Colonel made a guess? I merely thought it would simplify deciding our next destination. So we should just go after Ash instead of trying to figure everything out? Well, we were running out of options anyway. Even if we went right back to Batical, there isn't much we could do that would help. We're hardly in a condition to hold any sort of conference on the score. So right now, all we can do is follow Ash? Correct. Let's be efficient with it. We can't afford to waste time. Yes, let's head for Mount Ronil. Alright, Mount Ronil. Where is that?
Jade, about that idea of using a hyper-resonance on the miasma.
It was a ludicrous idea. Forget about it.
But if it could really neutralize the miasma...
Have you forgotten? You're a replica, unable to fully control your hyper-resonance. One wrong move, and you would die.
Well, then maybe Ash could do it. If we see him on Mount Ronil...
My apologies. I was unclear. It doesn't matter if it's the original or not. No one could cause a hyper-resonance strong enough to destroy all of the miasma on the planet. If he had something to amplify his powers, it might be a different story.
Like what?
You don't know when to give up, do you? Something that would reduce the strain on the body when manipulating hyper-resonance.
You're stalling! Like what?
The Sword of Lorelei, for one. One could gather a large amount of 7th phonons with that.
And another?
Any large quantity of 7th phonons. Let's see. Kill around 10,000 7th phonists, or at least potential 7th phonists. Of course, the recoil from the hyper-resonance would cause phonon separation, killing the user as well. The miasma would disappear at the cost of 10,000 lives. A small price to some.
But that's...
impossible, obviously. Which is why I told you to forget it.
Ooh. But it seems that the 7th phonons have a sentience of their own in the form of Lorelei. So that would mean that freeing Lorelei Lorelei should be able to do something about this miasma. The cost of eliminating the miasma. Are you still troubled? Jade, everyone's worried about you, wondering what could make you, of all people, think so hard. Is that really the only way to get rid of the miasma? I mean, sacrificing 10,000 7th phonists? This must be quite serious for you to ignore my jab. But, Jade, that's the only 10,000 murders. You've destroyed Axariuth, hurt the people of Sheridan, and made yourself a lot of enemies. Are you willing to stain your hands with the blood of even more unknown masses? You can't do it. Don't even consider it. But this is the score Ion left for me. He must have seen what would happen. Tell me, Ion, what would you do? What's up, Jade? I thought hell would freeze over before I saw you worry about anything. How rude. I've led a very troubled life, you know. But it's still unusual. What's wrong? I was just preparing some medicines. Medicines? For example, to induce paralysis and temporary unconsciousness, or to cause temporary cardiac arrest. Wait, what are you planning to do with those? Oh, I was just curious. Well, don't use them on people, please. But what else would I use them on? Perhaps I'll see if they'll still work when I mix them with food. I'm staying away from anything he cooks. So am I. Alright, so Mount Roneal. I think that's here? In the dungeons category? Mount Roneal. Let's go. Man, it would be kind of fun if it just zooshed towards it. I can't land. Why can I not land? But no, really, why can't I land? Huh. What? Cannot proceed due to the blizzard. Let's retreat for now. But what? I can't land in the back? Oh, come on. So I just can't land anywhere? I seriously have to land here? I can't even land here. Oh my god. Wow. All right, Ketterberg. That ship is so hard to control, though. I really wish it was easier to control. It also doesn't help that the camera turns so slowly. And yeah, that's me trying to turn the camera. Anyway. On to Mount Roneal. Hopefully. Somewhere in here. Is it right here? Okay. I'm assuming we just go to the top. So we'll do that in the next episode. For now, I hope you've been enjoying this, and please join me again for another episode of Tales of the Abyss.